Thank you and welcome to Life Through the Lens of Faith. It is a new month, February. It is the first Monday of the month of February, and welcome. Thank you for following, thank you for commenting, thank you for the feedback. Yes, I love it. Please continue to do so. Don't forget to follow the podcast on both Instagram and Twitter. It is Life Through the Lens of Faith. And also, please don't forget to share with other individuals that are of like mind. Even if they aren't, just please share the podcast as a suggestion. And thank you again. My name is Zizi Po, and this month, yep, I know it is the month of love. It is the month of relationships. And yes, we are not missing the opportunity of viewing relationships this month, any types of relationships, or rather the common types of relationships that we find ourselves in our daily lives, be it friendships, work relationships, family, everything. Okay, we're going to be viewing relationships this month through the lens of faith. Okay, so everything, as we've discussed in the month of January, that everything is spiritual. Understanding how we make decisions, understanding why we make those decisions, and the importance of viewing them through the lens of faith. I know the very first episode of the podcast kind of like dabbled on what do we mean by things happening around us and being spiritual. And I think there was an episode where we discussed that as much as we might be ignorant to the fact that things are spiritual, decisions are made for us every day, and we're unaware, or rather we choose to relax and take ownership and take control of our spiritual lives because we probably don't know, or we're pretty much too relaxed in an area that people or other things start happening in those areas, and we're unaware that they could be going a different direction if we could only pay attention and also understand that life is spiritual. So this month we're going to be talking about relationships, and this episode is The Urge to Belong. That's the title of this one, The Urge to Belong. We're built in such a way that I think there's a saying that no man is an island. It's absolutely true, because as much as you might be an introvert, you're socially awkward, there's people that know you, there's people that you're comfortable around. Okay, there's things that we do because we want to belong to a certain or other type of people. Okay, the actual identification as well of you being an introvert means you relate well in specific environments or with specific people. Okay, that's a sign as well that you're not meant to be alone, but maybe you might not fit in specific spaces or in certain rooms or in certain relationships. You are looking for a community that you will belong in that does not speak the way that makes you feel some type of way, or you all of those things stem out from wanting to relate. Okay, we have this urge in us, we have this inner longing of wanting to belong. And sometimes when you do not know yourself, okay, when you haven't, tapped into yourself, understanding who you are, you might try and go around and fit in everywhere. So it's important to then have an understanding of yourself. One of the most prominent people in my life was talking about how married people constantly need to check up on each other on, am I still loving you the right way? Am I still doing good? Are we good in this area? Am I relating to you the right way? Because we're human beings, we evolve. So the younger version of you that liked eating a whole packet of sweets when you were growing up is not the same now. You've outgrown that. There's things that we outgrow. And in us trying to belong, whether at work, in our careers, or our friends, our circles, it is important to understand and to have an understanding of who you are individually, because sometimes the reason we end up being in relationships that don't even build us but break us, be it lovers, marriage, or friendships in general, it's because we try to fit in. So in order to belong in a specific circle, you try and change the way that you do things because you are trying to fit into a specific space. Yet you could have studied yourself and try then and relate the best way possible in order to attract people that are like-minded, people of the same caliber. So this episode is to just highlight that it's okay to feel the urge of belonging, the sense of wanting to be a part of something, a part of a community, a part of a circle, a part of a union, because we're not meant to be by ourselves. We feed off people around us. We need people that we can account to. We need people that we can be vulnerable to. We need people that we can share our best moments, our best achievements with, sad moments with. I think, but rather the urge to belong, it's okay. But are you trying to fit in the correct space? Are you trying to fit into a circle that will build you? Because once you try and fit in, it means there's things that you are now conforming to, there's things that you're trying to adapt to, there's things that you're changing about yourself, but are you changing them for the better? Are you saying yes to that date that's going to leave you, edified or torn apart? Are you mixing with that type of group of work at work because you want to improve in your work, or you want to, improve the way that you deliver in your work, or you're joining that circle so that you have a mutual, hatred towards a specific manager, a specific individual at work? Are you joining, or are you saying yes to, or you're becoming part of that circle because you want to have common ground with those people in ridiculing someone else, or you want to have common ground in being motivated to acquire more financially, or get more business deals, So yes, the urge to belong is there, but do you know yourself well enough to understand where you want to belong and with whom you want to be associated with? I read a book. I can't remember the title of the book, but I think it's Atomic Habits. It's still in the early weeks of the year, so forgive me for quoting this book so much. Atomic Habits. There's James Clear mentions something about a company that manufactured bicycles, and he speaks about a team that was constantly failing. They were constantly failing, and they were not doing well in cycling, right? So much that a company that was manufacturing bicycles that this team was using asked them to stop using their bicycles. Because everyone was just wondering, why is this team failing so much, from becoming the best team to just doing wonders in this bicycle race. The company asked the team to stop using their branded bicycles, their brand at all. They needed to stop because they didn't want to be associated with failure. So in you trying to belong, what are you trying to belong to? Is it people that are going to channel you in the right direction? Are they having a positive impact in your life? Do you want to be associated with success? Do you want to be associated with failure? What are you trying to fit into? And what are you unlearning? Because the process of wanting to belong comes with unlearning things. It also comes with learning things. What things are you adapting to because of the circle that you belong to? What things are you unlearning because of the people that you surround yourself with? I think that's where we're going to round up this episode. Yes, we're going to be continuing with the month of February, talking about relationships, talking about, any types of relationships that we're in. As I've mentioned in the beginning, we're going to be speaking about friendships. I don't take friendships lightly. We're going to be talking about family. We're going to be talking about leadership, relationships, work relationships, family, So please stick around, and also please don't forget to share. And thank you so much for joining me this month. It's going to be a beautiful month. Please make sure that you tune in and you don't forget to share, and also leave your feedback. Again, we are available on both Spotify and Apple Podcast. The pages are available on Instagram and Twitter, Life Through the Lens of Faith. Thank you for joining me, and I hope you have a wonderful month, a wonderful week, and let's meet again on the next episode of Life Through the Lens of Faith.